Browns owner already looking to replace Shedeur Sanders? Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam may already have a replacement in mind for quarterback Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns may have selected Shedeur Sanders in the NFL draft, but there is no guarantee that Sanders is going to be their franchise quarterback moving forward. Remember, Sanders was a fifth-round pick, so the Browns don't have a whole lot of obligation toward the former Colorado Buffaloes star. He is also competing with 3 other quarterbacks for the starting job in training camp, including fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, who was drafted 2 rounds ahead of Sanders. It's entirely possible that Cleveland's long-term quarterback solution is not currently on its roster, and ESPN's Tony Rizzo has revealed that Browns owner Jimmy Haslam may already be looking toward the future as far as signal caller is concerned. Haslam's target? Texas Longhorns phenom Arch Manning. I know he would not admit it, and I know it's nothing that they want to talk about, but I'm telling you the thirst that Jimmy Haslam has for Arch Manning is unmatched. Unmatched, Rizzo said. You know the connection. The Haslams donated a ton of money to Tennessee. They have a good relationship with the Manning family. I don't think it's a coincidence they acquired a second first-round pick. It was described to me by a billionaire that said, in a perfect world, that guy would be in Cleveland next year, and they would do anything to get him. The Browns acquired the aforementioned second first-round pick by trading down from number 2 back in April, passing on the chance to land Travis Hunter in the process. No one knows for sure if Manning will even declare for the draft next year, and we also don't know how good he exactly is considering he has thrown a grand total of 95 passes at Texas thus far. But the general consensus is that Manning is a can't-miss prospect, and if Cleveland does end up securing the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft and Manning declares, the Browns may just nab him. What that means for Sanders is anyone's guess, but it might take an incredibly strong rookie campaign from the 23-year-old in order for Cleveland to not take Manning, or any other quarterback, next spring. The night before training camp opened in Berea, the Cleveland skyline glittered under the watchful eyes of a city forever hungry for a winner. Somewhere inside his downtown office tower, Browns owner Jimmy Haslam sat in a leather chair, staring at game film looping on a massive screen. The footage showed Shedeur Sanders' every throw from minicamp. Spirals that flashed brilliance one moment, hesitation the next. Rumors had begun to surface earlier that day, whispered by insiders and amplified by talk radio. Sources close to the organization say the Browns owner is already exploring quarterback options beyond Shedeur Sanders. It was the kind of headline that could ignite a franchise war. The weight of legacy. Shedeur Sanders wasn't just another rookie. He was the son of Deion Sanders, a living legend whose shadow loomed over every snap his son took. When the Browns drafted Shedeur in April, the city rejoiced, convinced they had found their next chapter of hope. But hope in Cleveland is fragile, brittle as the lakefront wind in December. One wobbly throw in practice becomes a talking point. One bad scrimmage spirals into panic. And when the owner's name starts appearing in those conversations, the panic turns to a roar. Inside the owner's box, Haslam had been down this road before, quarterback after quarterback, each one hailed as the future, each one leaving with a sigh and a string of excuses. He watched Shedeur's tape again, the perfect 40-yard dime to Amari Cooper, then the underthrown dig route that Myles Garrett intercepted in a scrimmage for fun. He turned to his football advisor. "Tell me straight," Haslam said. "Is this kid ready to run my team?" The advisor hesitated. "He's talented, but he's not polished yet. If Deshaun's healthy, we ride him. If not, well, we might have to think about 2026. The rumors take flight. By dawn, beat reporters were already running with the story. Browns owner Haslam evaluating future QB options. Sports talk hosts had a field day. "Are they really bailing on Shedeur this fast?" one shouted. "Typical Browns drama," another barked. Fans flooded social media. Some defended their rookie savior with hashtags like #BackShedeur, while others embraced the chaos. #NextQB please. Shedeur feels the heat. On the practice field, Shedeur tried to block out the noise. He went through drills with crisp footwork, firing darts across the middle, even laughing with teammates between reps. But when he pulled off his helmet, the cameras caught a flicker in his eyes, a storm brewing behind the calm. After practice, reporters surrounded him. "Shedeur, have you heard the reports that ownership might already be looking to replace you?" He gripped his towel, wiped sweat from his face, and spoke carefully. "In this league, everybody's replaceable if you don't perform. I know that, but I also know what I can do. My job is to make sure they don't want anybody else. A locker room divided? Behind closed doors, the whispers spread. Crazy they're even talking about this, said one veteran lineman, shaking his head. Kid's been here 5 minutes. Another player shrugged. Man, it's the NFL. You either prove it or you're gone. The tension seeped into team meetings. Stefanski, ever the steady voice, addressed it directly. Block out the noise. Every man here earns his spot every day. That includes quarterbacks. That includes everybody. The owner's perspective. That evening, Haslam attended practice unannounced. He stood on the sideline, arms folded, watching Shedeur run the 2-minute drill. The rookie was electric, threading passes between defenders, moving the offense with tempo, finishing with a touchdown strike that made the crowd gasp. For a moment, Haslam smiled. But then he remembered the stakes: billions invested, a fan base desperate, and a history of false dawns. He couldn't afford another mistake. Later, in his suite, he spoke softly to his advisor. Keep watching the college tape. Keep the options open. But don't tell anybody. Not yet. The media inferno. By the next morning, the speculation had exploded. National networks picked up the story. Brown's owner hesitant on Sanders' future. One segment featured a panel arguing over Shedeur's mechanics, his readiness, even his leadership style. Another flashed graphics of potential replacements. Top college quarterbacks, free agent veterans, even trade scenarios. For Shedeur, it was a test unlike anything he'd faced before. Not just to win a starting job, but to win the faith of a franchise before it slipped away.